Folks, hello and welcome to Gamers Health. I am your host, Rach Tenkar, and with me every Saturday night is my lovely wife, Rachel. Rach.
Hello.
So, I know we're a little bit later than usual today. We're like an hour later. And the reason being is because Tenkar had to get his drink on. Not
It's not quite like
that.
But
We decided that we were going to have dinner at our local pub, and just the timing of it meant that we should probably aim for 9:00 because we spent most of the day in standby whether or not my niece Shannon was going to come over. We did not get Shannon today,
and we don't blame her. We don't want her to get a cold either.
Right. Apparently, though, we did lose out to a coin flip. That's my understanding.
Which was a really good way to solve that.
Yes.
Let the universe decide. Sometimes we need the universe to decide certain things.
So,
pay attention to the signs from the universe.
The universe will make sure everything falls into place properly.
It's true, Sadie. I know.
So, to my wife, Rachel's left, if you can hear this cat scratch fever going on, that's our girl, Sadie, tearing away at her cat scratch tree.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's true. It's all about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true, Sadie.
You gonna come up and say hello? Come on.
Come on.
Or not. Okay. You're gonna. Well, that's just off camera.
Oh, that's too bad. So that's a picture.
I don't know if I can get.
That's a picture.
Yeah, you gotta do it again. Let's see. I don't know if she. Yeah, you see, she's staying off camera. All right.
Sadie.
So, in any case, last week, Rach and I both mentioned that we were fighting off colds, and
he was doing a better job than I was. Because I was toe up last week. I was coughing. I was a mess.
Listen, when you are married to somebody, their issues become your issues, because when your wife wakes up in the middle of the night hacking out one of her two lungs, guess what? You yourself experience it vicariously through lack of sleep to go along with them. So, Rach getting better meant that I was going to get better. But I learned something very interesting over the last 7 days or so. And I said, you can't see it underneath my long sleeve shirt. Oh, God, I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt. What the hell am I thinking? But underneath my long sleeve shirt, I have the Freestyle Libre 2, which is a sensor that gets rid of my phone, gives me my blood sugar. It gives me a continuous blood sugar reading, pretty much. So, last Thursday, actually, these sensors last for 2 weeks. So last Thursday morning, I put on a new sensor, and lo and behold, my blood sugar was through the roof. I mean, probably at least 50 points higher than I was looking at that time. So maybe if I was post our usual breakfast, I was around 130, 140, 145. I was at 200. I was like, what the hell? Is this sensor wrong? I really wanted to rip it out and put a new one in. And the watching over the next couple of days, and literally watching as my symptoms for my cold, and I'm calling it a cold. As far as we know, it was a cold. I don't know if it was the Transformers Omnicron or Omicron or whatever.
Yeah, I was tempted to go and get that test when I went in the city, like for my eyes. They by Bryant Park, they had like I got a little tenty thing that offered COVID-19 tests. I was like, should I get that? Because I just went into this place. I lied to these people, and I said, no. Haven't had a cough.
She didn't have a cough because she was taking Dayquil and or
NyQuil. Yeah, I haven't had a cough.
Yeah, I'm fine.
So and then I didn't have a temperature when I went in there, so it was just
right. And we were checking for temperatures multiple times a day. No, listen, 97 was generally the 97 point whatever was generally the.
It wasn't anything threatening. Like I wasn't going and spending a lot of time with people. It was less than 15 minutes, which is like sort of that time that increases the risk of somebody getting COVID from you.
Because
so yeah, they just gave me my glasses. I was like, yeah, they work. They're beautiful. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
And get the F out.
And I got out, and then I went shopping and playing with singing bowls in the holiday market across the street. And I said, you know what? I'm not gonna go to this COVID-19 testing thing. They're gonna make it up as they go along. I don't think they're gonna be truthful to me.
Well,
they're gonna make their numbers. I don't know. I felt leery.
Time out. Mm-hmm. Listen. We all have our own personal opinions as to the.
But I had a mask on the whole time I was in the holiday market.
And when you were getting your glasses.
And when I was getting my glasses, yes, because you can't go in there without it.
Right. So here's the thing, folks. I'm not saying that these numbers are inaccurate. I don't know what the testing threshold is. But I did order. Attention, please.
Oh, sorry.
I did order 2 sets on Amazon. I'm not going to drop a link, but you can go to Amazon and you can get self-testing COVID tests. And I got 2 packs of 2. So I got 4 tests. And it came to probably around $35 for the 4 tests. Now, why do they get 4 tests? Because this is an extended household, a 2-family home. Rach and I are upstairs. My parents are downstairs. So if one of us happens to pop positive, we're probably going to want to test everybody. But my sister, her husband, and our niece, Shannon, it's a 3-family household out in Long Island. And were somebody there to be exposed, I can go over and drop off 3 tests without contact. And here, you get your results in 15 minutes, and we will all have an idea of what's going on. And I can refill these tests within like 2 or 3 days through Amazon. Is it the best solution? No. Am I paying out of pocket? Yes. Can I afford to pay out of pocket? Yes. Are all my listeners able to afford out of pocket? I don't know. Probably not.
Right. You have to weigh what is right for you,
right,
and your financial situation. It's like, yeah, some people would go like, and I probably should have gone to that little kiosk and had them shove the thing up my nose, but I was like, my nose is raw and too sensitive, and I wasn't ready for them to start scraping stuff out there, and then going on the train home with a mask and a.
Listen, last year,
trying to stop a nosebleed.
Last year, I think I had my nose tested like 3 times, or 4 times.
Did they tear it up?
No.
Oh,
but it was very uncomfortable. Very. The first time
I remember they did it, and I was like, started to cry. I was like,
the first time it was
tested for flu.
Well, the first time was like it looked like yay big. It looks like they were sticking something up a dinosaur's anus or head, and it was
this big.
No, it was like this big. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, with a big Q-tip on the end, and it's like
oh, God. The wooden thing. That
yeah. But the current tests that we got look a lot smaller than that. I am not as concerned about it.
Yeah, when we got it, they tested us for flu a couple of years ago in the urgent care, they had these like, they were thin and they were sticking it up there and rattling it around, and it was scrapey.
Well, folks, in any case,
and I didn't like
it. In any case, I learned that my blood sugar, when I am fighting off an infection, whether it's a cold or whatever it is, my blood sugar goes up, and it can go up anywhere from 30 to 50, 60 points above what its current base level is. So before I started fighting off this cold, I was having 24-hour periods where my base level A1C, the average for a 24-hour period, was 103, 105, 110. My base level, when I was initially fighting off this cold, was hitting 180, 190. So actually, that's even more. That's like an 80 point increase in my blood sugar. So now, last 2 or 3 days, my sinuses have grown a bit more usual, which means I'm waking up with throat congestion, but not as horrible as it was. My days are a lot better. My blood sugar now is dipping below triple digits. I'm hitting like mid-80s after not eating for a bit, and that's like, holy crap. Or put things into different perspective for those of you that are diabetic. I had 3 slices of pizza yesterday. At dinner.
yeah.
First two slices were bacon, and it was a really good. It seemed like it was like probably a brick oven pizzeria. It was my sister's house. We were celebrating her birthday. The pizza was amazing, and I say to myself, do I want a third slice of pizza, or do I want a full size? Do I want to enjoy a piece of cake? And I was like, well, there's no question. I want the pizza. That's the slice that I want. I want the pizza slice because
The
that's
pizza cake.
yeah, the pizza cake, the pizza pie.
The pizza
Hey.
cake.
So, did my blood sugar shoot up? Yeah, my blood sugar shot up to like, I don't know, 240, 250. And it shot up like almost like
I thought you said it went to 280.
I might have gone up to 280. It went straight up. And you know
By
what?
the time we got home, it's 280.
But what did it do right afterwards? It shot straight down. And before I went to bed, it was under 100. So that told me that my monitor is working, which is a great piece of knowledge to have.
Mm-hmm.
But it also meant that my body, yes, you put 3 slices of pizza on you, your blood sugar is going to increase. But my body was able to go, all right, we've increased it. Now let's start dealing with it. Which, when I was full-blown cold, I was not dealing with it. My blood sugar, my body was not able to compensate. By the way, Joe, Greyhawk Ragnard, thank you. Welcome.
Yay.
Always good to see. Maybe end of the month, we will make an excursion out to the Complete Strategist in Manhattan.
Oh, yes.
During that infamous week of the holiday season, in between Christmas and New Year's.
Look out, Captains.
Oh, Captains. I'm not going to say it isn't a bit of a dive.
It's friggin' great.
It's an awesome place, though. The atmosphere is great, and
it's totally great.
The food there is very good, and the prices are for Manhattan.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
It almost makes you feel like you're eating in an hour out of borough.
Yeah. It's like the Queens, but in Manhattan.
Oh. Or Joe was off the whole week between Christmas and New Year's.
Good stuff.
Joe the lawyer had also mentioned this idea, because I think he's also off the week between.
Woo, woo.
So, and obviously I am retired. I would say another R word, but I could offend people by saying that because it's no longer politically correct. But some people have called me it.
Well, there's no reason to say that.
No, but some people have called me it. And
well, whatever.
And Rach is also retired.
Mm-hmm.
So between the two of us, we don't have any work expectations.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not going to the Poconos because my parents will be in the Poconos. So somebody has to watch the house here anyway. So, yes, I like that idea. Mm-hmm. And I got to do a little pre-shopping in my head to see what it is I might want to get when I don't go around to the Complete.
Oh, no, that's a good strategy. I always do that. If I know I'm going somewhere, I'm like, oh, what's around that place? And,
what's around it?
Wise. Yes. And then,
I know you've already done that, Rach. We've already done the bath bombs from Lush last time we went, right?
That was at least a quarter ago.
Oh,
but I don't need bath bombs,
Yeah, I think you.
And we got everything for Shannon, so. But otherwise, I don't necessarily need anything from there. Unless there was some magical perfume that they had at the Ulta on the 34th Street. I don't know, we'll see. But just the same way, like when I go into the Low Vision, I'm like, oh, the holiday markets are going on. What's in there?
Of course, Joe with the bad puns. It's a complete strategy.
Yeah.
Going with a complete strategist. Joe, thank you very much, man. Usually the bad puns come from me. All right. Rach knows who she married, and usually that's one of my horrible pieces to add to the conversation, which having nothing to do with bad puns, I gotta say, this is nothing to do with Gamers Health unless you're talking about mental health. The Expanse Season 6.
Yes.
Friday nights. I I believe episodes 1 and 2 have been released. We watched episode 2 last night.
Yeah.
It's only going to be a 6-episode season.
Which I'm so sad about. I wish it was longer. I'm like, why so short? Because they're like, oh, it's because they spent all the money on the special effects, which don't really do anything for me because I can't really see it very well. I'm just like, but the fucking story, And so like I'll say to Eric, like, so what is that supposed to be? What is that supposed to mean? What are they doing on this thing?
And mind you, last Christmas, the big gift for us, all right, the gift that we bought ourselves was the 65-inch Sony Bravia TV.
Yeah, but there's more to it than just having it be a 65-inch. Like, I'm not used to, I guess, processing these shapes and certain images.
It's a lot.
So,
and listen, I'll give you a lot of
confused, or I'll be like, "What is that? What are they doing?" And he's like, "Well, I don't know." And I'm like, "Oh, it's not clear to you either."
Listen, I give Rach a lot of credit. She enjoyed Dune, and I think the Dune movie was
a very visual.
Yeah, and yeah, it was very visual, and you enjoyed that.
Yeah,
it was visual, and the story going along with it was really good. Had good pacing, movement to it. It really told a really good story. Sure. So now here's the thing, and again, this is all coming. What do you do at the during the holiday season at the end of the year? Well, this applies whether you're working or retired, whether you're a student, whether you're employed, whether you're not employed. What generally that week between Christmas and New Year's becomes a week of family gatherings, parties, or even the week leading up to it, right? And all this stuff. So what we are going to do leading up to Christmas is I'm going to rewatch those first 3 Matrix movies I haven't seen in ages.
I've never seen them, so he's going to have to help me understand what's happening.
And I'm looking forward to that. Now, here's the thing. There's been no rush in this. We actually have 2 rooms where we have set up for TV watching. We have what was going to be the yoga room, which wound up becoming
the sitting room.
The sitting room. This is the room where we're doing all this. I got my little desk in here. I got the Christmas TV. Tree. We're set up. The cat spends a lot of time in here. So this is where we have the 65-inch TV set. The other room has a 50-inch Olivia TV, which is 3D, but nothing comes out in 3D anymore. So that's a technology that has shit the bed and ready to go.
Oh, really? That's how you describe it? Shitting the bed?
It shit the bed. It was like, and it was good.
It was hot for a minute, and then it
said, people don't really want to watch 3D movies at home.
They don't want to buy those fucking glasses.
The glasses were cheap, but in any case, so what we're probably going to do...
We can throw out the 3D glasses?
Not yet. Oh. We'll pass the glasses on to whoever takes the 3D TV.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, that's the unofficial secret of the Tenkar/Stina family recycling program. And as I mentioned earlier on one of these casts, somebody decided that I'm going to out Tenkar and give his real name out like 10 times on one YouTube video.
Listen, people I'm gonna know comment. Who the hell we are.
Yeah, people know it's in Swords and Wizard Light. It's in Swords and Wizard Continue Light. It's on Board Game Games. I don't hide it.
Yeah.
Okay. But Tenkar is as much my...
I worked under another name for most of my career anyways. So fuck off, asshole.
But Tenkar is as much how I identify as myself as my last name, Stina. So, but we do have a tradition in this family. I don't know if it's really a tradition. I think I started it. But in any case, because I am a tech junkie, and I certainly believe in recycling electronics. So a lot of times when it comes to electronics, whether it's computers, laptops, iPads, iPhones, whatever.
Watches.
I'm not a person that upgrades on a yearly basis.
No.
Don't get me wrong.
Not quite there.
Not quite there yet. Maybe if I win like Lotto. Mm-hmm. But I'm probably somebody who does that 2-year cycle.
Yeah.
So usually in that 2-year cycle, the device that I have for a lot of people is still new.
Like current, yeah.
It's current. It's the new type of stuff. So I recycle it with either within the family or within the extended family. Extended family is my co-host. Extended family is my friends. My old iWatch is actually going to one of my friends at my local pub, which was just
Sunday. He's there,
yes,
so we'll bring it tomorrow.
yes, and that is just something that we just chanced into. I don't ask for no compensation for this because otherwise, what does this stuff do? It either fills up space or it gets disposed of, and I don't like disposing of things that still work, even if I am the jackass that decided to move on and get something newer.
Right, and why should it just take up space and just be like, oh yes, that's my old thing.
Yeah,
you know,
I have a collection of old iPads.
Exactly.
My first iPad, the iPad Generation 1. I still have that.
I still have that too.
It has our wedding pictures on.
Yes, mine too.
So therefore, it can't.
I don't know how the fuck we're gonna get them off of there.
We can do it, right? You can save them, but I mean that is just. I hate to see this stuff die. I mean, I will say there is one time where I bought something and then immediately went, oh wow, they upgraded it. I gotta get a new one, and that's the actual desktop I'm using now. And
but I don't know. Was it? I'll ask you this question.
Yeah.
Instead of assuming.
Okay.
Is it because it is blue and very
yes,
cute?
Yes, the blue, the fact that it was
and it matches our walls.
It matches our walls. It was the M2. It's a lot. I am
the M2 processor.
Yeah, I'm an Apple bit of a junkie. So it meant that my old 23 or 24 inch iMac moved on to my brother-in-law. Listen, I make sure things land.
He was happy as a pig and shit with that.
Hey, listen, I don't
bless him.
What would you rather? I bring it to Best Buy and let them throw it into their junk pile, which means that I'm sure.
Yeah, for what?
I'm sure it happens.
Somebody could use that for years and years.
I'm sure at Best Buy these things get tested, and some people do wind up walking away with stuff nice and free. But I'd rather recycle it within the family or within the extended family.
People that can benefit from it because it's still usable and current.
So, and now I'm going to mention something that's not quite the same, but I guess it could be parallel to such. OSR Christmas. I've been organizing OSR Christmas for, I don't know, 6-7 years. The people that give gifts to OSR Christmas, whether it is in print or PDF, to tell you the truth, doesn't make it a hill of beans difference which one you're giving. PDF in a way is a lot easier because I can make sure that it can be given to people outside the States because shipping won't tear you a new hiney hole.
And honestly, like you can see it better.
Well, but yes.
You can zoom the shit in and be able to see it and read it and interact with it in more ways than you would generally if you just had like a regular book.
So that being said, this season I see so many people giving of their own creations, their own.
It's a beautiful thing.
Work. And I love it. And as long as I can draw a breath, I am going to make sure that we have OSR Christmas every year. I mean, in and unto itself, that is a reason to keep the blog always going. I could burn out on it, and trust me. Don't get me wrong. There are enough angry voices on the right and the left that if I didn't have a stronger sense of self, I could certainly see myself going, oh, fuck it all, man. Let them all.
I can't please anybody. But no, that's not true. You can certainly please many people from many different sides. And, it's always, with you, it's always a puzzle, so.
Well, yeah.
Whatever. Believe what you believe, take what you feel, take what applies and leave the rest and just keep going.
I mean, and it's not just part of,
like everything in life.
yeah.
Just, take what's useful and leave the rest, and somebody else will find it useful and they'll keep
Oh,
going. And yeah.
Joe, as long as you please me, that's what matters.
Oh, yeah.
Well, but see, and here's the thing. Glenn and I had Courtney Campbell on last night. I already see it in the likes, dislikes, which isn't public anymore, the dislikes, but I can see it. And I know Courtney can be somebody who can, I don't know, polarize individuals in their opinions. But you know what I like about Courtney? He's honest about his opinions. He doesn't put on a show, and he doesn't have an opinion because this is going to get people to like me, or it's going to further
his opinions. Like, is he trying to tweak people?
No,
or
no.
It's just who he is.
It's just who he is,
and then you accept or you don't.
And I appreciate that, and I accept that because, listen, my position often is, and it's the position that I hold in the gaming community as a whole. I think is that yes, I have personal opinions when it comes to ABC and XYZ, but my public position is pretty much a neutral one, with few exceptions, because that is where I've chosen to put myself as a public figure. Now, there are those on the far left, I won't name them, that believe that I am alt-right or goddamn near I want to say N-word, but not the N-word you're thinking
of. The four-letter N-word.
The four-letter N-word that sounds like an E at the end. And I have people on the far right that accuse me of being woke and anti-American. So I don't think my issue in general is that people have opinions, because the vast majority don't have those issues with anything that I've stated or any opinions I hold. It's the far extremes. And I have dealt with people that are progressive, conservative, liberal, libertarian. And I think so long as you can... Strong friendships with these people, because we accept the idea that we have different worldviews. Because your worldviews
and there's always some rightness in each view.
And listen, every worldview of somebody that actually had a conversation with me that hasn't been antagonistic, everybody's worldview is valid from their perspective and their experience. Your experience and my experience is going to be different. And that forms your worldview. But to assume that your worldview is the one and only true version isn't how the real world is. If I'm going to put this into geekdom, all right, let's see. With the old DC universe, right? We had all these alternate infinite Earths, right? We had a Crisis of the Infinite Earths back in the late 80s. And it was to clear up the issues with the continuity. But really what it is was the acknowledgement that all of these versions were technically legit versions of the continuity, because they were parallel universes. Okay? We look at the Marvel universe right now.
Yeah, and people see things from different experiences that they've had. And so,
right.
It's always... You always want to know, like, how did you get there? How did you arrive?
We always see things from our perspective,
where you are right now, right. and that's always... And to be able to have the ability and strength to be able to, like, listen to where someone's been and hold space for that,
right.
That's a really important part of being able to build inclusive environments, that you're able to at least be able to hear it.
Right.
And then
you don't have to agree with others. That is not the point. You have to respect others.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's really where it comes down to. And I believe on the extremes of the political spectrum that we're looking at, we have extremists on either side that don't respect anybody whose opinion differs from their... This is it. It's sad, really, what it comes down to. But to take the geekdom to the Marvel universe right now, the recent Marvel series Loki, right? All these
the variant
and all these different but these are all legit, right? I mean, they're going through and pruning them all because they aren't legit. But the reality is,
why aren't they legit?
Because they don't fit
what they want,
with the one true narrative of what the one true individual who can make that narrative says.
But it ain't up to one person, so it has to be a collective. So that's all wrong.
Yeah, but that so that is a huge.
And we're gonna get totally called social justice warriors.
Social justice warriors.
Yeah, and that's fine.
If time out.
Being a social justice warrior means that we, respect other people's points of view.
I'm gonna get called again the N-word because Rach Tenkar. The only reason why I have any issues with companies like TSR is because they're doing what I'd like to do. I don't know if I'd like to shit in the whole community. I
don't know if you'd like to pretend to do shit and then not do it.
I accomplish absolutely fucking
just
nothing.
Like build shit and build some fucking house of cards and then have it be nothing and fall down. No, I don't think
that's not what you want to do. I'm sorry. I so
maybe that's bitchy and I don't know enough about it. You can tell me to shut up at any time and that's fine. Because I really don't fully know. I just know what I hear around.
Right. If I tell you to shut up, does that make me an woke or alt-right?
If you tell me to shut up, it makes you a chauvinist.
Oh, okay. I'm just checking. I need to know how these rules apply.
It makes you a part patriarchal MFer.
Joe, I loathe the idea, which usually comes from the left, that everything is politics. It's just impossible to get away from. And actually, Joe, you're right. And I will say this: it is mostly from the left, and it isn't from what I'm going to call the cognitive left or the normal left, the left that actually can think and have discussions.
Proper liberals. Those are proper liberals,
right?
Not leftists.
But the extreme left, the left that turns into the again, I don't know what I can say on YouTube. I can demonetize. It begins with the letter F and ends with an ism. Those that claim that everybody else is that are usually the ones that also, if you look at them, go, "Holy crap, this is that." Because they want a certain type of thinking, and if you don't have the thinking, you're not part of the party. I would go so far as to say, and again, this applies to both extremes.
Yeah.
Both extremes are almost like modern day religions.
Yeah.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't know that it really has much to do with, the whole TSR goings on. I don't know that has much to do with politics. I don't know that it has much to do with being a social justice warrior or not being one or being a Nazi. I don't think that it does. I think it just has to deal with the questioning that we have is of how genuine they are in what they're saying they're doing.
Chip makes a good point. Liberal isn't supposed to be authoritarian. But you know what? Here's the thing, Chip. And
go, Chip.
And I'm going to just, again, some people on both ends are going to call me an asshole for saying this. That applies to both ends of the political spectrum. Because when you get into that full stupidness aspect, when you go beyond the point where you'll actually listen to the other's opinions, and you get to the point where it's like, no, I don't hear what you say because you're wrong.
Oh my
God. Once you get to those aspects, you're authoritarian. That's what it comes to. Now, Joe makes a good point. Here's somebody, I am him on Facebook last night, bitching about the Make Airdy Great Again hats that he was selling 3 effing years ago. Now, by the way, just so you know, I bought those hats and I've given away more than one. And Rach could probably tell you, I have one hanging up in the hallway outside our kitchen door on that little shelving unit that you have up there.
Yeah.
That red hat is the Make Airdy Great Again because that's awesome. That is poking fun of politics in general, and bringing it down to the level of if you can't laugh at it, I'd have to cry. And if you get personally offended by that, you're one of two things. Not even all. Far right or far left. Because the far rights can see this.
Extremes are never good of
right.
anything.
You're making fun of us. And the far left is you're making fun of us.
When you did that, it reminded me of that Dolores
Associates. Oh my God!
They go to that village and they're like, "Oh, we don't want to hear it. We're just like,
oh. So Joe was accused of punching down. Joe, punching down. I was accused of punching down on TSR. Now, how anybody could punch down on a company that claims to be the inheritor of the creator of D&D and Gen Con. How anybody could punch down.
That sounds like the total authority.
Yeah.
That's punching up.
That's punching up against it. Yes.
Bam, bam.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what you should be doing, right? You should be punching up or punching equal.
Laterally.
Laterally, yeah, right.
Laterally or up.
I punch horizontally, not vertically. If you punch vertically, man, it's not socially acceptable, dude. Peace on, man. Sorry, I'm doing a very bad Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Peace, onion.
Peace. And peace I give you. All right. I'm about to do a Catholic ritual here. I probably.
Oh my goodness! What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I know.
Did I learn this one?
Go rate with the vocabulary. Listen, don't. Please don't make it go to my wife's head because she already has her master's. I don't need need her thinking that she's so superior. I'll have to step to the back of the room. All right, but and honestly, and I think you can all see it from the videos that we do, and we actually proved it today earlier tonight. The joke that I used to always have with Rach over certain things was like, don't make me pull rank. So guess what she did today? Rach, what did you do today? You did it. You pulled rank.
I guess I did.
Yes. So Rach pulled rank. So, I mean, depending on the situation, there are certain things that, okay, when it comes to things regarding, I don't know, when I regard Rachel's health, I will pull rank and I will not take shit when it comes to her complying. But guess what? Who can do that to me? Certainly not me. I mean, I'll do some stupid shit. Who's going to pull rank on me? All right. I personally believe, like when we say, to love and obey, that goes both ways. All right, because
you said it too.
I did.
Because I was like, I kind of rolled my eyes when the priest said obey. Because I was like, we didn't go over that. And he said it to you too. So I was like, all right, fine. As long as you better say it.
But it literally goes both ways. Chip, one day we'll make a point of telling our whole I don't know, should we do it now, Rach? Embarrass the hell out of me? The pre-K.
No, that embarrasses me.
All right, even better. So I'm gonna pull rank right now. Right, so Chip,
I'm ready.
All right, so I guess like 11 years. We just celebrated our 10th wedding anniversary, so like 11 years ago or so. We're going through pre-Canaan at our local parish. My local parish. Rach was still Methodist at the time. She was going.
I mean, I wasn't quite Methodist.
You weren't quite practicing anything.
I was yogic, but
yeah. Which kind of sounds like a disease. But I was yogic. I was retaining water, but I was yogic. But yoga was good for me, and yoga. I liked the yoga. It kind of helped with the digestion.
Yeah, it always does. So wonderful.
In any case, so we're going through pre-Canaan. And part of the pre-Canaan is talking about spirituality as an individual, and spirituality in the family unit and at home. And I'll be honest with you, all right? I was in full-on cop mode, which means that half my brain was listening, and half my brain was actually dealing with the bags of shit that I was going to have to deal with when I got back to work the next day. Because I was having.
So he kept his mouth shut.
I kept my mouth.
It's like, yeah, we're supposed to home. And so I was like, so let me tell you about how that happens.
Time out. Here's what it is. My training as a police officer was answer questions that are presented to you, especially in court, in the smallest amount of words possible. Because
I was looking at it as a job interview.
Right. So you at least
they ask those behavioral questions. How do you practice spirituality at home? I was like, oh, so I'm pretty spiritual. I'm pretty into yoga, and I check out a lot of stuff. I check out a lot of different religions, and try to understand from a lot of different people's perspective, and. But my husband,
I'm only half listening, by the way.
My husband, he leads the prayers whenever we have like dinner and stuff, and he's ordained.
Right.
I did not know that this would be a problem in the Catholic people. So in the Catholic Church, I had no idea that this would be a problem. It's like, he's been ordained 2 times on the internet.
So now I'm hearing this, right? And my focus is coming into like, holy shit, stop thinking about the suspended people you got to deal with tomorrow and the bags of shit that are waiting for you.
This is the biggest bag of shit right now.
I think
I got the bag of shit.
Yeah, no. Well, you paid for it, but so I suddenly I realized that the focus of our priest is now turned to me. And he's like, "Oh, all right, would you please explain to me how you are?"
And I'm still not understanding anything's wrong.
Can you please explain to me how you were ordained twice on the internet? I was actually, and now is when you gotta. Here's the other training we have as police officers. You have to learn how to paint a picture. All right, so I'm like, well, actually, Father.
Yeah, I thought I was getting him some street cred with the praise.
No,
not happening.
So my answer was actually I wanted to say Your Honor, because that's really
Your Honor.
What I felt like I was like, I feel like I'm at court.
I remember when we went into that session, I was like, Dr. Russell. So I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like,
so I'm like, actually, Father, it's 3 times. Because if you're gonna go in for a penny, you have to go in for a pound. And
I'll bare my soul.
I go, you got to own it, right? And I was like, actually, it's 3 times. And I go, well, listen, Father, like I explained before,
I just wanted the parking permit.
Shut up. I still had one at the time. So I said, Father, as I explained earlier, shut up. You think I'm a heckler? You don't want me when you're doing stand-up, or you don't want Rach in the room either, because she won't shut up. So I'm like, Father, remember when I spoke earlier about my experience with cancer? I had Hodgkin's. I was out sick from work for 11 months. I had chemo, I had radiation. Well, part of that process and thinking that I could possibly die was trying to reconnect with and experience my connection with God in Christ. And part of that experience and part of that connection was getting myself ordained on the internet. I said, not just once or twice, but 3 times to 3 different Christian organizations that were doing ordinations on the internet, and getting the incorporation paperwork in many cases, which I still have. Oh my God. But I say, but the reality is that this was my search for God in Christ, but I am and always will be Catholic. That's how I was raised.
It just confirmed my faith in Catholicism.
Well, but in any case, so that was pretty much my answer. At the same time, mind you, I'm doing this to Rach, kind of like under the table, like, fuck up, don't say anything. So we have this, and it looks like the answer was good, and my answer
went through.
my answer, all things considered, was a good one. All right, for spur of the moment, holy shit, your wife just threw you, wife to be, just threw you under the bus
unknowingly. Yes, you have to know that.
Yes. I'll answer your question in a second, Joe. So we think we're done. All right. And as we're wrapping up the session, he's like, oh, as an aside, has nothing to do with anything that has been said in this room, which, by the way, tells you
it has
everything to do with what was said in this room. Our bereavement minister is retiring from the position. Rachel, would you happen to know anybody who might be able to fill in? Now, Rach knew nobody in the community at the time. Okay.
And so, would you please?
So the bereavement minister for
the bereavement group.
Was it next 2 or 3 years? How long was it?
I did it for like 2 or 3 years after.
Yeah. She was the bereavement minister for. So Joe.
Until I couldn't, and my job like interfered with doing
right.
it.
So now the question from Joe is: so have I gone through confirmation? Yes, I was confirmed. I was confirmed back in high school. My confirmation name is Francis, which would make my full name, if I were to give such, Eric Siegfried. So, by the way, for those of you who are trying to look me up, I'm probably the only fucking Siegfried you're gonna find besides my father. So
yeah.
Francis Stina. Okay, so
and I am Rachel Susan Louise, the patron saint of social workers. Stina.
So now,
although back then it was Griffin Stina.
Griffin Stina.
A priest called Griffin Stina. When I went to that Easter after we were married, I went up to.
She was confirmed.
And yeah.
So, Joe, I am technically, I am technically confirmed and or ordained as a priest. Oh God, was it Saint Jude's Evangelical Lutheran minute? I'm not even sure.
Lutheran thing.
I'm not even sure.
But that's just a step away.
Yeah, no. But in any case, I am ordained 3 times over. Now here's the kicker. I can marry people in just about every jurisdiction but one. Would you like to guess what that jurisdiction was? Rach?
New York State?
New York City.
New York City. Only the city.
Only the city, because I have...
so you can marry them out on Long Island.
I have to...
yeah, Long Island or Westchester.
Yeah, because I have to pay a $10 fee to register to...
Oh, it's the man wants the money.
The man wants the money, and I have to have incorporation paperwork. And my incorporation paperwork is 8 years old, so I don't even know if it would fly. But and then
sure.
and actually the one that gave me the paperwork no longer does online ordination, so I don't know how that works. So that's a little hidden. Little hidden. What you looking at?
No, I was looking at he's ordained in New Jersey.
Oh yes, but Joe, you can probably marry people in almost every jurisdiction within the state, except for the few that want you to be certified within their jurisdiction. There's only a handful.
But and it's just paying them $10.
$10 fee. I have to go to. I'd have to go
to Kew Gardens Courthouse.
No, Queens Municipal Building.
Oh.
It's near the Kew Gardens Courthouse.
That one on the other side.
It's on Queens Boulevard. But it's the one actually where we went into. I think
the one for the marriage stuff.
Yes,
the old courthouse, not the new courthouse.
Right. So
yeah.
So that's the little hidden stuff. See, nobody tuning in for this was expecting those types of stories tonight. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
you never know what you're gonna get.
Honestly, okay. Rach and I have an amazing connection, and is it perfect? No, but it's the imperfections that allow it to connect. If you're perfect, right, you kind of slide against each other, and you're never going to hold on. Those little imperfections
it's the grooves that bind.
Yes, and we have our moments usually because Tenkar fucks up, but. Well, actually, if it's within the marriage,
Rachel gets stubborn.
Yeah, if it's within the marriage, it's usually Eric fucked up, not Tenkar. But if I fuck up in the community, it's usually Tenkar fucked up. But usually, if it's within the marriage, I fucked up, and it's never a huge fuck up. it's usually oversight, stupidity, or what's the other one? Carelessness?
I don't know that it's careless.
Oh, all right. It's the assumption that my carelessness was uncaring. Usually, my carelessness is because I foolishly fucked up. But sometimes, and listen. And here's something. Rach, don't kill me for this, but we all bring baggage into our relationships.
Oh, of course we do.
Okay, so we bring baggage in from our prior relationships. We bring baggage in
from our childhood,
from our childhood, a family
Like I
environment.
was like, because like my brother used to fuck with me, like fight, just because there were 4 children in our household, and I was the youngest, and so the older children like they fuck with the younger children, like mess with their toys or whatever, and then that just kind of like stuck, and then I don't remember
I don't
what
remember
it
what it was
was,
either.
but there was some shit that like touched that off. And I was just like, well, I don't know why he's fucking with my and he's and it's like, Rachel, do you really think that people want to steal your whatever? It was like some stupid small stuff, like
right.
Yeah.
But and here's the thing. I'll be honest with you.
And you're like, you really think this person came and they wanted to just bust up your thing? I was like, yeah. He's like, that's never happened before. I was like, yes, it has. In childhood, it had, not in this house, right. But
we bring our own. And this goes to not just marriages. Okay, it comes into friendships. Mm-hmm. It comes into the work environment. It comes into the gaming environment.
Yeah, and so you have to be aware and that sometimes people will respond from those things, and you don't ever take anybody personally. That that they still love you, and that not every interaction is going to be negative.
Right. So again, if you take nothing else out of today's cast, right? Today's podcast, vidcast, maybe you want to call it. Be a little bit self-aware of what your own, whether you want to call it a prejudice, your predispositions, your conditioning,
your condition, depending on the situation,
your conditioning. Okay, because I'll be honest with you, anything that set off me and Rach against each other in these 10 years of marriage has all been stuff that has been set off either because of prior family or relationship issues with others, but not between us.
Yes. So it's funny, like pretty recently we're fighting with like the futon, right? We're trying to like make the shit go back together, right? Just to be upright and be normal, right? And so I'm trying to like mess with the things underneath because I know it's creating a barrier for the thing to get to the right space,
fold up. Yeah.
To fold up correctly. Yeah. And so, I'm getting irritated because you can't understand why I'm messing with things underneath. And I'm like, because the bottom of it goes down, and like, I totally misunderstood. He said something and it sounded sarcastic, the tone of it. So I was like, the fuck? What'd you say? He's like, well, I said this. And I was like, oh, really? Really? Oh, because I heard la 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 la. He's like, no, Rachel, I didn't say that. I was like, oh, okay. What did you really mean? And he like explained it. I'm like, oh, okay. Because I thought you were saying da, something like more negative and more harsh or like undermining or whatever. And so we're able to kind of like work that through. Like, wait, what did you say?
So I mean, listen, we are. It doesn't matter what religion you are. All right, when it comes to it's coming up next week, right? Whether it's Christmas or you're experiencing Hanukkah, or you're experiencing the winter.
Yeah, we all have our hang-ups about holidays.
Whether you're experiencing the winter solstice, whether it is any other, remember, a lot of our holidays, our holy days, revolve around things that are part of nature. And a lot of times we jury rigged 2,000 years ago a holiday to fit on something else that was going on in nature, the winter solstice, the summer solstice, uh, uh, you know, the spring equinox, or whatever. Right? These are all things that we, and I say we as a people, as civilizations, we've been working around these events for years.
Mm-hmm.
So for many of us, for most of us, for nearly all of us, the next couple of weeks are high holy days, or a lot of high holy days are coming up. Um, I again, same thing I say when it comes to things like the pandemic and vaccination. I'm not telling you what to do, but I will make a suggestion. I will suggest that for these days, for this season, be a little introspective on yourself and see where you can maybe improve on your interactions with others. Because really, when you think about it, that's what this season is about. It's about interacting with others, about giving gifts. Giving gifts usually means something about atoning for your own misgivings, your own misdeeds, right? You give a gift a lot of times because,
Or
hey,
it means about gratitude, that
gratitude
you're
too.
grateful to have that person in your life and you want them to know.
It's a bond. It's a
communicate
bond.
those things throughout the year.
Right. You don't, when we are not necessarily the best communicators in the universe, I'm sure, by
But
far.
we're really awesome gifters.
We are pretty good. Our family is really good gifters. But so, really, just take a little inner look at yourself. And sometimes the best gift you can give others is an introspective look at yourself and say, how can I improve how I interact with others a little bit better? How can I make this season?
How can I make myself more open?
Yeah, I mean, really,
to their energies and their needs, and give of myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's a small thing, but it's a big thing. All right, and nobody's going to be perfect this season. Nobody's going to. You're not going to go like, oh my God, this was the best Christmas ever. That's not the point of it. The point of it is to make it a great Christmas, or a great Hanukkah, or a great equinox, or just a good holiday season right now. We are dealing with, again, the Transformers version of COVID or something like that right now. On the ground, fuck yeah. Oh, no, it's America, fuck yeah. Sorry.
On the ground, fuck yeah.
We're dealing with this stuff. Again, as I said, almost every day when I do these, I'm not telling you to get vaccinated. I'm not saying don't get vaccinated. I'm not saying wear a mask. I'm not saying don't wear a mask. I'm saying get advice from a medical professional that you trust, that knows your medical history and knows your comorbidities or lack thereof. Okay? What the advice they're going to give me and the advice they're going to give you could be totally different, because we've lived different lives and different experiences and have different bags of medical shit in our background. And make decisions to keep yourself, your family, your friends healthy and safe. Be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice. Check in on everybody. Check in on everybody is certainly right. I mean, I have. Oh my God, I got John Mealy a call tomorrow.
Yeah.
We have a number of Johns in our community that are in situations where this might not be the best.
Their medical issues are very difficult,
and it's tough.
Yeah.
God bless you all. If you don't believe in God or a God, may the universe, look kindly upon you this season.
Smile down on
you. Smile on your ass. Is that a proper way to say it?
Yeah, may the universe hold you in the palm of its hand.
All right. As always, folks, thank you very much. OSR Christmas is going on at TenkarsTavern.com. In a few minutes, I'm going to have to put up a blog post awarding some more gifts and giving away, or giving an option for more gifts.
What fun.
Listen, it's about generosity and gift giving, community coming together. And I really can't thank everybody who participates. You are, or whether you're giving or just participating. Thank you. All right, folks. Wow. Hey, Rach. We're hitting the 2-hour mark. We didn't think we'd last that long.
No way.
9:59.
Oh, so it's an hour.
Probably 1 hour mark.
Oh, okay.
I can't do the math.
That's okay. I'm a little more sober than you. No.
It can't be. She drank the same amount that I did.
I know, and I'm a lady.
She's a lady.
I'm a lady.
A woman, my friend, and my wife. All right, folks. We're not really
Thank
silly,
you so much
but thank you
for joining us and hearing us out.
Yeah.
And participating.
Oh yeah,
your comments are so valuable to us.
By the way, as an aside, we're not quite sure. Oh, hey, you know what? Thank you. It took us to the very end of this for one of the spammers to try to sneak in.
Oh man!
You could have done it earlier, dude.
Yeah, we could have made fun of you.
Next week is Christmas. We will have an episode up on Christmas. I don't know if it's going to be a live episode. If it is, it might not be till 9 or 10 o'clock. We'll know better at the time. It might come off as a premiere episode, which means that we will record it ahead of time, but release it as if it was live, in which case I'll monitor it from my phone as I sit with my family and friends. And
we'll have to get you an ugly Christmas sweater.
Fuck me. All right. Thank you, Rach. You really know how to ruin a day before, week before Christmas. So the week before Christmas.
No, that's not the week. It's like the day of Christmas.
No, but you're running today by telling me you're gonna get me a horrible Christmas sweater. All right, folks. With awesome love, thank you.
You could wear one of my shirts.
On that note, folks.